Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Guys, I think we have to have a funeral for Bitcoin this morning. All right, so let's put on some sad music. And yeah, I think it's over, guys. This run is over. Hold on one second. It's been a great run. But, you know, we can't be in euphoria forever, you know? We need to go into a state of fear. You know? And this might be the time of the state of fear. This might be the time where we shake everyone out. And we go on our merry way. You know? That's what we might do, you know? I've been up all night thinking about this dumb. And I think it's over for Bitcoin, guys. I think we're going back down to 16K. You know, I never thought I would say this, but I think we're going back down to 16K. Yeah. I'm just playing. What's going on, fellas? What's going on? It's probably some poor soul out there who's like, man, Jordan's bearish, man. I think I'm going to sell everything. What's going on, guys? What's going on? He said, keeping it on. John West said, I go to McDonald's right now. Nice, dude. McDonald's has some good breakfast, I do have to say. Their McMuffins are pretty good. The pancake sandwiches, I always forget what they're called. The what's the pancake sandwiches, man? It's always Mick something. Shit, man. What's the pancake ones, guys? Those ones are freaking delicious. I don't eat those anymore. I used to have one every single damn day. Sometimes two. but I try to stay away from those. You guys know what I mean. Jordan's going to be a narrator for sad movies. It's the new job, man. Bitcoin's going back down. We're going to be a narrator for sad movies, yeah. Hey, we got to pay the bills some way, you know what I mean? What's going on, Josh? Good morning, man. Happy coffee day. Happy coffee day. Every day is coffee here. My coffee finally doesn't taste like vinegar today, guys. And it might just been in my head yesterday because usually if I'm drinking something, right, and I want my coffee a certain way, I'm very, very anal about it. Hope I can say anal on YouTube now. I don't know if I can. But, I'm very, very anal about it. And today, I don't think it tastes like vinegar today. So we are off to a pretty good start today. Bitcoin, looking a little bit droopy. And I said this in the pregame lobby. It's Bitcoin price actions looking a little bit droopy. Or is it? Or is it looking a little bit droopy? Aha, I got you there. Let's talk about it, man. You guys can probably see the title of the stream. Bitcoin bounce today. But only if this happens, all right? And this in the title is very, very key to today's success, guys. Very, very key. He said Mick Riddles. Yeah, the Mick Riddles, bro. The Mick Riddles are super, super Mick bullish, if you know what I'm saying. Alan said we're Mick bearish. There you go. There you go. Sausage biscuit with cheese. Nice, man. I try not to go to McDubs anymore. Sometimes I might crack a little bit. I try not to go there, though. Because if I start going there, man, I just love McDubs. I don't know what it is. So I can't make myself go there. If I do, it's over. It's over. Who else you got here? DXY is flirting with the MA50. It is flirting with that. I'm going to get into that stuff, guys, because you got the stock market futures that are coming up today. We said today might be due for a stock market green day after pretty much 4 days straight of red. You might be due for a green day today. DXY still in that rising wedge. Everyone's still bullish on it. It really isn't moving. It's just kind of sitting there. I don't know, man. Are they building those DXY shorts to make it come back down by holding it at the highs? We'll talk about that today. And Bitcoin did break down from this ascending triangle we were watching, guys. So this right here, we were watching the simple trend line, right? We had 1, 2 touches. Is it really a trend line with 2 touches? I don't know. You tell me. But we did break that to the downside. And we are testing that as resistance right now. So this is kind of key today is like, can we break back above this trend line? And if we do, that's going to be an epic ass fake out and what I like to call the deviation, right? And we all know about deviations in this bitch, but that's when we see a clear trend, right? A clear support level. It can be a horizontal support level, diagonal support level, where they break it, right? Get everyone to think, oh my God, this broke down to the downside, right? Because let's be honest, everyone and their mother was watching this damn triangle, right? Everyone and their mother. I think I was watching multiple people, everyone's talking about this damn triangle. It was so freaking obvious. Carl the Moon talking about the damn triangle. Your friend Jeff down the street, Jeff, Jeff is sitting in his house, right? Jeff is looking at this triangle, right? Jeff looking at this. Hold on, where's Jeff? Here he is. Man, look at this triangle. Look at the triangle. Wow. I drew a triangle. It has to play out. It has to break to the upside. Oh my God, it's breaking to the downside. I'm out. Right? Your friend Jeff down the street, he was even looking at this triangle, right? So what do? We broke it to the downside. But this is the key today. If Bitcoin can come back in and break back into this, right, and make this a deviation where possibly a lot of retail sold because they thought this was the end of it, right? And they can get back in. That would be very, very, very bullish for today. But like I said, we gotta break back in. Let's get back in there on preferably an hourly, 4-hour close, something like that, 15-minute, whatever. But like preferably a 4-hour. I like to see the 4-hour close back into the triangle. So very interesting stuff. But I will say, I go to some of these time frames, guys. I go to like the 2-hour time frame. You're printing the green dot on the 2-hour time frame. You're printing the green dot on the 3-hour time frame if you close the way you are right now in the next. When does this close? This closes in 40 minutes, right? And then the 4-hour, as long as you don't take a massive dump today, that'll also post the green dot. And you're also sitting right on top of the 50 moving average on the 4-hour. So you're kind of in that spot. Like, is this a bearish retest? Is this a deviation? We'll know soon. We'll know if Bitcoin can break back into the triangle today. We will know if this is a bearish retest or if we can get back in. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Bitcoin kind of holding this low, right? We talked about this golden pocket down here. We know we smashed it a little bit lower than that yesterday. We came about $100 lower than it, but it is holding as support here, right under the trend line. So Let's see, right? Let's see what we got today. And there's many, many interesting things we'll talk about in a second. Just want to see how everyone's in the chat doing. Rico said Costa. Is Costa printing today? Holy shit. I saw Floki's going up today. Floki was up like 30% today. Freaking dope. Let's go, man. Costa apparently going up too. Wayne said, imagine that face on the streets of New York. No, dude, listen, you see some crazy ass people over here, man. So I think this guy would fit right in. Right? I really think if this guy was walking down New York, right? He was walking down New York, you know, he's walking down like this. You know? Hey, money. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm going to hop on the train now. He would fit right in over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got crazy people around here left and right. But yeah, like no one even looked twice. They would just go, oh, just another guy, you know, he's just another guy walking down the street. Like if I saw that guy, I would just be like, man, look at that guy. You know, I wouldn't say anything. Let's see. Rico said, wake me up when September ends. Wow, man, it's only February, so we got like 7 months until it. 7 months. Why am I somewhat optimistic? You say, Jordan, why are you somewhat optimistic right now? I'm somewhat optimistic because I go to the S&P, right? And we were talking about this local golden pocket zone, right? And there was a lot of confluence right here. We basically had, right, the local golden pocket from swing low to swing high, and we are seeing a slight reaction off that level. And there was also confluence with this upward sloping trend line that we started from October at the lows, right? We had one touch where we had two touches, and now we are bouncing off that level again. This is why I said today, I think you'll actually see a green day on the stock markets. We do have the FOMC meeting coming up, not meeting, but FOMC minutes coming up at 2 p.m. today. Usually not a big deal, but that could be a driver, maybe get a little bit of positive optimism back in the stock market here after taking a pretty big plunge from the highs. But you are back at this level right here. I think this is a pretty interesting level. We are back below the 50 moving averages. So we do want to see a reclaim of this by the end of the week. We don't want to close below this. We got 3 days left. We want to close back above the 50 moving averages on the S&P. That's why I look somewhat optimistic today, right? Even if it's just one of these. You come back up, you retest the W formation lows, and then you come back over. That could still be a positive day for Bitcoin, even if the S&P does that, right? And the same thing for the DXY, right? The DXY, it's red, but I'm not going to take too much into account until the market opens. Still in this falling wedge, really not getting that big move up, man. You're kind of just holding the top of this range. Like I've been saying, are they building shorts in this range to come back down? Because you would think, okay, the DXY is bullish, it's going to the moon, right? Just kind of holding the range, holding the damn range, kind of like Bitcoin, just holding the range at the highs. You know what I mean? So we'll see, right? We'll see which one will prevail, Bitcoin or the dollar breaking up above the 786. Which one, right? Which one? They're both just chilling right at their highs. Very interesting, right? Another one we got to watch out for today. I'm still looking for this to break down. I like falling wedges to break to the downside 69% of the time on the dollar. So that's why I'm somewhat optimistic today, right? I know the Bitcoin chart looks a little bit droopy, right? It's not the greatest chart. But if it's going to repeat like it has, where Bitcoin just continues to take these massive dumps, continue to make a higher low, and come back up to the highs, I guess we'll see if it happens today, right? I guess I got to go with the trend until the trend is done, which right now, yesterday actually, Bitcoin still made a higher low, right? Even though you came down, you basically came back down, took this wick, made a higher low than this low, and we're trying to hold out in this range. So we'll see what happens today. The rising wedge, said Wayne, the rising wedgie on the dollar. I hope it doesn't break to the upside. If it does, that obviously that's certainly a scenario. If it does, probably wouldn't be good in the short term here for crypto, man. Let's see. Crypto Shock. What's up, buddy? Christopher Reed said, everyone on Twitter saying going back to 20K. Yeah, I've been seeing that too, man. I listen, I get why they're saying that, okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like a just a perma bull, right? I mean, I get why they're saying it. There's bearish divergences on the daily, 12-hour, 16-hour, any time frame you're looking at, there's bearish divergence. So I'm not going to sit here and act like, okay, they're saying we're going back to 20K for no reason. I get it, right? You have higher highs on the daily time frame, and you have lower highs on momentum here, which is your classic bearish divergence. That's the daily time frame. You're actually about to print a daily red dot To be fair, I go back in this run and look at the last times that Bitcoin posted a daily red dot. It actually continued up higher, right? So right here back in January, we posted a daily green. Look at this. These were like two epic fake outs with these red dots, right? So you basically posted a red dot here, right on this candle as you dumped down, and then the next day you pumped back up higher, right? Same thing on this one, right? You posted a red dot right here. You still continued up higher, right? So it's not the end all be all, but like there are those bearish signs on the charts, right? We can't just ignore them, so I get it, right? I understand it. I get it. For me, and if Bitcoin breaks this previous high here at 23,700, okay, we're probably talking about coming back down to like 22.8, back down to our daily EMAs, which has perfect confluence, right? The 30 EMA here at 22,800 is also the 618 fib. If we start breaking some of this previous high, but right now, I guess we're waiting to see, can we do the deviation back into our little meme triangle here, right? So that's what we're doing. Let's see. Fresh Prince of Epstein. The Fresh Prince of Epstein, bro. All right. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. I think right now, like, gotta respect resistance. Okay, we're at resistance. At the end of the day. We have our bullish narrative where if it gets back into this triangle, we can say this is a deviation and we come back up to the top of the range because there still is, right, way up here, the market maker did still leave this big wick in this hourly vector candle up here that did not get taken. So it's sitting up here staring at me. Will they come back up for it now? Will they come back up for it? I don't know. Next week. I don't know. But they still did leave this up here. So that's still sitting up there. It's staring at me. It's telling me, Jordan, like, why are they leaving this up here, right? Is there gonna be a scenario where they do fake everyone out and they bring this back up and wick everyone out, then to dump it back down because of the bearish divergences, right? And that's kind of been the market the last few weeks. It's been whipsawed up and down, faking both sides out. It's been crazy. And I wouldn't expect anything less right here as we're sitting on that 50 moving average on the 4 hour. But yeah, man, if we do see that big dump, guys, it's that 22.8 level that I'm staring at right here. This 22.8 looks juicy for a potential bounce. So if that breaks, yeah, I mean, we're probably talking about at that point, I'd be looking down here to like 20,400, but we'll talk about that as we go, right? That would be a much bigger drop that we would talk about if the time gets there. Drew, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, Drew? Drew Durant in the house. Cody's in the house. Evian said, bro, you still have your filter, the most beautiful man in the world. You can remove it now. Thank you. Giving me the good vibes this morning, bro. Thank you. I love it, man. I love it. How's everyone feeling today? Let's do another poll. I like to do how's everyone feeling today? How is everyone feeling today? Are we feeling bullish or are we feeling bearish? Right? Let me know in the chat, guys. Are we feeling bullish or are we feeling bearish? I know Twitter right now is feeling a little bearish. It's like the first thing I do in the morning. I go on Twitter. I see what the sentiment is. Right? What's the general sentiment among the big traders? I take a look in the comment section a little bit, see what people are saying. I like to gauge the sentiment in the morning. The sentiment right now is back to being very, very bearish. Once again, like, okay, I get it. Like, the charts do scream, right, that a pullback is coming at some point. For sure. I'll continue to say, though, like, let's see. If the S&P and NASDAQ can get a bounce back up today, right, and the DXY can just continue to hold out at the top of this range or even start to come back down from this wedge, right? It doesn't have to be massive, just a small little move. I do think a lot of people will get caught off guard as they left this up here at the highs, right? And that golden pocket is still staring at me, man. To me, it just seems so easy for the market maker to come back up, smack it to 26K, and then drop it down, taking out everyone's stops that shorted at 25 But like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe there's a reason they're not doing that. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason they're not doing that. for whatever reason. I'm waiting in the car dealer for my oil exchange. Nice. Drew said, I'm cold. It's like 1 degree Fahrenheit outside. 1 degree? I haven't felt that this whole winter. It's been great, dude. It's been a great winter over here. I think it's only been under 30 degrees, maybe like once. It's been absolutely fantastic. Most of the time it's like 50. Sometimes it's been like 60. There was days in January it was freaking 60 degrees. It's been ridiculous. Tell me global warming isn't happening. I said this the other couple weeks ago, guys. Remember when you were a kid? I feel like there was always snow on the ground. I feel like it was always cold as shit in the winter. Now it's like spring in the damn winter now. I don't know. Maybe it's not like that everywhere. But man, it's like freaking spring. You go outside and you're like, damn, I don't even need a coat today, and it's January. What is this? I remember as a kid there was always snow on the ground. Always. Not even when I was a kid, even like 10 years, maybe even 10 years ago, there was always snow on the ground. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know if it's anything to do with global warming, but shit. You know. All right, higher term time frames. What do we got going on? Weekly time frame. Still getting resistance from this. I mean, this is the level. We keep saying it, man. There's a reason why the bears are really defending this level, because their whole narrative, right? All the bears that I'm talking about, you know, we're below the 200-week moving average. We're below the 50 moving average. We're below the previous high. Their whole narrative is defending this 25K level. If this breaks, most of their narratives are gone, right? They are probably all flip bullish. And that's when we take some profits. But, you know, we're still below this whole freaking resistance, right? Weekly, actually holding the range here. Like you were going to come down, but now it looks like you got a few weeks left until you post that weekly red dot. So not an immediate scare there. The 5-day also kind of defending that, but like, you're kind of making this little tweezer top on the 5-day here. You don't really want to do that. 3 days engulfing. I think that closes. Okay, that just opened. So that closes on Friday. So we're basically, you got a bearish engulfing candle on the 3-day now, which is it's not the greatest thing, but you still got 3 days until that close, and you actually just posted the green dot on the last close, right? So let's see if this ends up being a wick at the end of this 3 days, right? Once again, that's on Friday, and then the 2-day. 2-day is kind of coming down a little bit here. So I don't know. I'd say the higher term time frames are looking a little bit iffy. I'm not gonna lie, but as we always like to know with these higher term time frames, the shorter term time frames, right? So like, all right, we'll say okay, the shorter term time frames are looking iffy. If Bitcoin was to do this and come back up to the highs again, okay, then all of a sudden the higher term time frames would probably look decent again, right? So it's all kind of waiting for the closes on those, and not getting too antsy on the higher term time frames yet. But yeah, I mean, really, what we need to see today, we need to see the break of this trend line, man. We need to see it. Good morning, Scotty Swing. What's going on, my friend? What's going on, dude? We're waiting to see if what Bitcoin does this morning. Bitcoin's kind of just holding the lows, right? We got the S&P at support, NASDAQ at support, DXY kind of, man, it's kind of just holding at the highs the last few, really the last like week, just holding at the highs. Like, what is going down here? I'm excited for today, because I honestly don't know what's going to happen today. Today is one of those days where I'm a little bit 50-50 on today, man. I am, because the trend has been higher lows, right? We've gotten higher low after higher low. You still made a slight higher low here, you know. So I don't know. Let me see what you guys think in the chat. Okay, so the sentiment's starting to come down a little bit. You guys know recently it was like 68%, close to 70% people bullish. The sentiment is coming down a little bit. Look at this. How is everyone feeling today? 52% of peeps are feeling, now it's 51. Only 51% of people are feeling bullish right now. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see, especially on YouTube. If YouTube's 50-50 on the poll, that means people are feeling bearish. I'm telling you right now, because YouTube is usually bullish as hell. So 50-50 poll, we got 51% bullish, 49% bearish. I like that a lot, especially when you're back down at the lows. To me, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Make the peeps bearish, man. Make them bearish. Make everyone bearish. All right, so we'll see, honestly. Bitcoin right now needs to get back above 24,250. if we want to say, okay, this is going to be one big deviation where we got a low, a deviation, get back into the range, we look for the highs, right? If we can't reclaim the range, we continue to act this as resistance. We're basically looking for our next point, which was 23,700. If we can't reclaim. Then we're looking for the rejection and we're coming back down. It's basically all we're watching today. The morning's being like not that volatile this morning, man. We're seeing kind of calm price action in the morning. We got the FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock, guys. Don't forget that could add some volatility. So if you're in trades around 2 o'clock, just be very, very careful. Drew said ETH Denver next week, boss. ETH BTC gonna go up from support. Let me look at ETH BTC because I'm seeing Ben Cowan troll about ETH BTC, and usually when he trolls, that's usually when you're gonna get a bounce because usually at support. Let's see, ETH BTC. Let me see. So if this is gonna get a bounce, that usually means the market's gonna be bullish. So let's see. Let's see. ETH BTC. You actually, you kind of, I mean, I guess you could say you're at support. Let me go to like the weekly time frame here. Looks awfully bearish. I mean, we're guys, price always looks bearish when it's red. You know, it basically, price looks bearish until it's not, right? Let me look at some of these higher time frames here. Weekly is actually bottomed. 5-day is actually coming up. 3 days coming up. 2 days coming up. Yeah, all your higher term time frames are actually already reset. Yeah, if this one can, let me see if it's at the 618 fib. It's at the 786. Slightly below the 786. You're hoping for a deviation here. But like, yeah, you are at this previous support level here. Right? You're hoping for this to kind of be a deviation. Because you broke this support, deviated the low. Now we want to, if we can reclaim this though, you got some slight bullish divergence here, right? You got lower lows and you got higher lows at like right below support. That's actually usually a pretty good sign. And I said, like, usually when he's trolling, that usually when the market's coming back up, right? So we'll see. If this does break down, that probably means that crypto is getting pelted, right? When ETH BTC is going up, usually means the market's bullish. If it's going down, usually means the market's bearish. Usually, not always. So if ETH BTC can play out this bullish div with lower lows, higher lows, and actually start to come back up, that could mean the market's looking pretty good. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. This is a kind of a macro support level, though, right? Overall, like this range right here. Right here is more of the macro support. But we'll see. We'll see. ETH BTC, I kind of like it, right? Maybe not exactly from this level, but overall, it's one big range, really. Let's see. Bitcoin getting a little bounce. I'm so sick of meetings and BS FOMC CPI. I need 2 feet. That's why, dude. Honestly, like the FOMC meetings, you notice that they have less and less of an impact on price lately. Basically, you see pumps and dumps right after the meeting, but like you give it like the next day, you're basically always usually end up exactly where you were before, right? So I like paying attention to them just for the immediate volatility, but they lately, like, people have been caring less and less and less about those, you know? That could change. All right, Bitcoin's getting a little bounce. Like we said, guys, we want to reclaim 24,250 to come back up to the highs. You know, and like I said, I know everyone's feeling bearish right now, right? Why? Because the market's red. The market's red, man. I mean, that's what it is. If we do come back up here today, everyone's gonna be bullish again, right? And then you know, we'll probably look for a move back down again if the trend's gonna remain. Let's see. NASDAQ and the S&P is holding up good. The NASDAQ's back down to this big W formation highs, right? So NASDAQ, you had a low, rise, low, rise, retest, right? You're basically retesting these highs, trying to flip them as support. I kind of like the NASDAQ here. Obviously, you need to see that continuation. What's going to cause that? Maybe the FOMC minutes today gives people some positive sentiment. I don't know. You're going to need that, though. But overall, for like the NASDAQ and the S&P, we need to hold this freaking trend line, man. Just hold above this all-time high trend line. That's it. That's all I want to see. Do not close below that. Same thing with ES, right? We're coming closer to ES on that. We want to hold this shit. this shiitake mushroom of a trend line, man. Oh, man. Let's see. What bounce? This price action's boring as hell. I actually kind of like this price action, man. This price action looks good to me, dude. Like I said, the two hour looks bullish, man. The 2 hour looks pretty bullish right now to me, right? But like you need to crack this level. Like it could look bullish as hell, but you need to crack this freaking level. Some people say this price action looks pretty bearish. I think this price action looks pretty bullish. I think this price action looks pretty bullish to me, man. Look at you're basically wicking to the golden pocket, holding the golden pocket. Get the 2 hour green dot. You get the 3 hour green dot about to print. You get the 4 hour green dot about to print. Will we see another fake out to the highs? I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't be surprised today, especially when I go on Twitter, everyone's bearish. And the poll here is 50-50 bullish versus bearish. That makes me kind of bullish. Especially yesterday when we were at the highs, right? And I'm pretty sure it was like 69% of people were bullish. You know, so let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll see. We got to get back above 24,250 today, my friends. ETH on the USD pair. Anchor's going nuts too. ETH too. ETH holding this previous low. Now, the problem we had with ETH is ETH broke the meme triangle, right? Triangles are memes. We can use them as support and resistance though. You know, so most people would say, okay, this is coming up like this. This is a bull flag. Yeah, it broke to the downside. But like, you know, what we could use this for as is now we want to see the reclaim. So ETH came back down to support. ETH came back down to support. Okay, cool. You long support. Congratulations, right? Now we want to see, okay, can we get back above one, our 50 EMAs, but two, reclaim back into the triangle. And this ends up being one big fake out, right? Faking everyone out. And then if we get back in, you got to assume it's going to come back out the other side, right? So that's the big test for today. For ETH is, can we reclaim this? Same as Bitcoin. Can we reclaim back into the range? If Bitcoin does it, ETH's probably going to do it. It is what it is. And I'm sure the same time frames look the same today, right? 2 day, 2 hour, yeah, green dot, 3 hour. Gonna post in this next candle if you can just kind of just hold this range. So the shorter term time frames look pretty good. Daily time frames and up still look a little shady, right? I mean, you got to respect it. You still got this massive bearish divergence, right? 3 drives of higher highs, 3 drives of lower highs. Daily time frame still looks a little bearish to me, right? That can change. Basically, you just need like one big pump to change that. But you know, the daily time frame still looks a little bit bearish. Bearish. Looks a little bearish.
Bitcoin is bearish.
But we have our levels that we can watch here. If ETH does dump, if ETH takes a massive dumperoo, because Bitcoin takes a massive dumperoo, if Bitcoin goes,
everybody panic, we're going to zero.
Then we're looking at the golden pocket down here in the 1570 range. If ETH does something like this, comes up, retest, can't reclaim, gets a dump, we're looking down here. That's it. That's what we're looking at for ETH. Overall, though, on ETH, man, I'll continue to say this. The price action still, it's eerily similar to 2019, where you're in this time frame right now where there's a few weeks where there's just so much disbelief, right? The disbelief is real right now, right? Everyone's like 25K ain't breaking. And listen, it might not. It might not. This is a tough-ass freaking cookie level, right? But like the 2019 price action on ETH looks eerily similar to the current price action, man, where you're squeezed below this previous all-time high trend line, or where you kind of get resistance right now, and the bull market support band. You're squeezed in between the two. Something's got to give, right? This is a tough cookie with a long history. You know the song. Same thing as down here. All-time high trend line, bull market support band. You back test it, but you kind of struggle with it for a few weeks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of being kind of like, a month of kind of indecision. What's the market going to do? You squeezed. Market decides to break up. Will it do the same thing this time? We'll see. We'll see. It doesn't have to. It could certainly break down. But you can see it. We've been in this range for like, 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th week. So will you see that month of kind of indecision in here before you come back up to the highs? We don't know. We have no way to know. But we're sort of just chilling, waiting, and seeing. And if it does, I'm looking for the orange box here, up at 2,400. If it doesn't, looking probably for a retest of this upward sloping trend line. So that's where we're at. Come on, corn. We want some volatility right now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to wait, man. We need some volatility right this freaking second. Let's get the dollar dump song going today. That's going to be the key. The dollar dump song. And it's coming up a little bit before the open. Shit. Mother trucker. Mother trucker. Woo! Oh, man. This coffee tastes like vinegar right now. Woo! The dollar dump song. You guys could hear it. Sometimes I forget to put the sound on, man. Sometimes I forget to put that damn sound on. Oh, man. I was a perma bull at 15K. Now bearish, already took some profits. Dude, this is where you should be taking profits, man. We've been saying that every day. Like, if you believe that 25K will not break, this is a perfect... not even if you don't believe 25K will break. Even if you do think it will break, this is a perfect time to take some profits, man. Right? This whole range up here was a perfect time to take some profits. If you feel like you're over leveraged in crypto and, you know, if you couldn't stomach a 20% drop on Bitcoin, right? Let's say Bitcoin drops 20% from here, right? Let's say Bitcoin drops all the way back down to 19K. Could you stomach that? Could you stomach that, or would that destroy your life, right? You got to ask yourself that question. If a 20% drop on Bitcoin would destroy your life, okay? You know, and that's not just Bitcoin, that's altcoins. How would that make you feel? Okay, and I always like to say this, guys. If you're stressed out thinking about a drop, okay, you're probably too much in crypto. You probably need to deleverage a little bit, right? So once again, you're still at the highs. You're at 24,100. Still not a bad time to TP a little bit and take a little bit off the board if you are worried of a drop. Okay, don't let anyone tell you have to diamond hand at 24/7, man. Like, especially when the market's in an uptrend. In a downtrend, okay, you could argue. I mean, you could argue that you probably shouldn't be selling in a downtrend, but like in an uptrend, still never a bad time to TP around here. Okay, don't be one of those. Don't fall for those guys on Twitter that like gonna say you took profits. What an idiot, bro. We're not even done with this rally yet, right? Don't let anyone tell you that. There ain't nothing wrong with taking profits. Let's see. So you have stomach it and destroy life all at once. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not saying Bitcoin's gonna drop 20%, but there's always a possibility that it does. Crypto is crazy, man. You can go one day everyone's bullish, and then 2 days later everyone's bearish. You can go like, guys, we know how quickly market sentiment can change, right? Down here, everyone was bearish as hell. We got the ripper back up. A week later, you had one big weekly candle. Everyone's bullish as hell, right? We come back up. Okay, we're at 25K. All it takes is one red candle to come down like this, and then everyone's bearish again. You know, sentiment can change like this, and I want that to always be in your brain in crypto. Is everyone, it can feel super bullish, but in 1 week, everything can turn. So don't be over leveraged in the market, either to the downside or to the upside. Because things can change really freaking quick, right? Really freaking quick. Sentiment in crypto is like the wind. Like you can change from bullish to bearish 5 times in a week. You know what I mean? You really could. You really could. To me, like I'm not too worried about the weekly, right? Unless Bitcoin breaks below this mid-range. If it breaks below 21.5, it's looking a little sketch. It's looking a little sketch. But as long as you hold this mid-range on the weekly, right here, I think, you know, anything above there is kind of like whatever. Like I say, if you close a weekly candle back down here, then you're kind of getting in the range where it's like, man, you could be coming all the way back down to like 18.6, right? And possibly back down all the way to 15K. But like right now, we're getting way too ahead of ourselves. Like we're still sitting at the highs. Let's let the week unfold, especially on the weekly chart, because we know how these weekly charts can turn out, right? You can look bearish for 2 weeks. We got 2 bearish weeks, right? Everyone's getting bearish. This is the end of the rally, and then Bitcoin has a massive bullish engulfing candle the next week. You know, so let's let this play out. Bitcoin right now, 24,126. We're still sitting below this resistance, my friends. We're still sitting below this resistance. Dollar's coming back down a little bit. We got ES and the NASDAQ holding at support, a little bit green. You know, kind of the opposite as yesterday. So we'll see what we get. Let's see. Zero said, no more leverage for me. Almost got divorced. Bro, use stop losses, man. Listen, leverage is fine. You just got to do it smartly. Use a good stop loss. You know what I mean? And get good entries. You know what I mean? Always only get in trades that, like, you know, you're coming back down to support level and you're getting your stop, a nice little stop loss. That's really the key. Holding long term, but gotta take profits. Don't want to be horse guy. Hey man, listen. Say if you got a whole stack of crypto right now, right? You got the whole damn stack of crypto sitting here. Okay, let's say you got 100% in your bags that you bought in this range. Okay, let's just say you bought 100% of your bags in this range, right? There's nothing wrong with the price coming up. You know, let's just say from this range down here. Let's not even do the bottom. Let's just do from 18K. Price comes up 40%. There's nothing wrong with taking, you know, it could be even small amount. You could take 10 to 20% off here. You know what I mean? You could take 10 to 20% off here. Okay, price continues up. You still have 90, 80% of your bags. Okay, if price moves down, now you can start picking up these altcoins. If Bitcoin starts coming back down, you can start picking up these altcoins like probably at 50, 60% drops. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, and it's say, okay, you guys will say, okay, what if price just continues up? I just lost out on 10 or 20% of my hodl bag. Okay, if price moves up, you know, like this, and then we start coming back down, you can always get back in here, right? I mean, it is what it is. There ain't nothing wrong with taking profits, but there is something wrong with round tripping the whole move. You know, like, you don't want to round trip the whole move. That's definitely not fun, right? When you're feeling good because prices moved up 70% on Bitcoin, right? 2, 3, 4, 5x on altcoins, and then it comes all the way back down to that price. There's no worse feeling than that, man. There is no worse feeling than that. You know, Simon said, I'm so bullish, I'm bearish. That's sometimes you use that too. When I'm feeling way too bullish, sometimes it makes me slightly bearish. When I'm feeling way too bearish, that's what it makes me bullish. I'm not smart though, said Zero UDK. Wayne said, I call it reverse DCA. Buy now and pay later. Nice. Man, look at the chart, man. 50% bullish versus bearish. That is a crazy ass chart right there. A crazy ass pull. 50-50. That's crazy, man. 50-50. People are super indecisive today. Super indecisive. But the fact that it's 50-50 after yesterday it being 69%, 31% kind of makes me slightly bullish. Kind of makes me slightly bullish, right? Let's see what we got. DXY is coming down and the NASDAQ is kind of just holding out. So let's see what we got, guys. I'm going to get off. I'll keep this morning nice, sweet, and short. Yeah, we'll be back at 7 p.m. tonight. Let's see what Bitcoin does, guys. I think... you know, right now everyone's kind of got their opinion. I'm looking at two different scenarios. You got this vector candle still sitting up here. You see this thing? They left this up here for some reason. You know, so let's watch this. Okay. Really, here's the scenario today. It's super easy. Bitcoin gets back into here and can reclaim, get some closes back in here. You're probably looking for back to the highs. If Bitcoin starts coming back up here, gets rejected again, you're looking down for 23,000. I think it's 23,600-ish, right? Back down here and looking for the bounce. That's really my plays for today. That's really it. And now we just going to have to sit and wait as markets see. The market's pretty 50-50 right now, man. Everyone doesn't know what's going next. It's a little interesting. So I'm out of this bitch. Have a fantastic day, guys. And I'll see you guys at 7 p.m. tonight. Thanks for coming in and hanging out and always being the homies. I'm out. Peace out. Let's get a little happy music in this bitch as we get out of here. And don't be afraid to take profits on the way up, man. If Bitcoin does come back up and you're feeling a little bit on edge. All right? Later. W reversal looks likely. My gut feeling said we're going up today. That's my gut feeling. Charts, low 50-50.